Hi, Professor Pittman here with the Pittman Jiu-Jitsu Academy. So key 2 on the concept of strategy is entitled surprise. You know, surprises have always been a favorite tactic or technique or strategy of leaders and generals, both now and of course in the past. It will be that way in the future. And when I say surprise, I'm not talking about the kind of surprise like, you know, hey, surprise, we got more people than you and we're here to do harm. You know, I'm talking about what can you do to surprise the people around you that you actually want to go and grow with. You know, what would it be like if as a strategy you were to put on a schedule where perhaps whether you felt like it or not, you were going to take a hand in always pleasantly and ongoing surprising people in a good way. You know, for example, I can remember when I've surprised people, you know, not too long ago in the, distant past, the instructors and I were sitting around the academy talking about the long hours that sometimes we have to put in. And when the staff and I were discussing this, we found out, there's a real lull in the academy. A lull usually happens at the academy around 4-ish or 4:30-ish, just in time for the 5:30 class. And so I thought, well, I've got to surprise these folks. So I told the staff, listen, you guys want to try something different next week? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay, I'll bring something in on Monday. And on Monday, I just brought in a case of those big old monster drinks. Now, this is back in the past. And so that particular week, me and the staff were on these monster drinks all week long. And, they were surprised. And it was real fun. And a matter of fact, I can remember some of us sending some videos back and forth, opening up the monster drinks and kind of being silly. However, at the end of the week, we all kind of realized, you know what? We're gaining some unwanted weight with this. We had to kind of cut back. So I say that just to understand that sometimes you got to surprise people. And a surprise in this respect is not negative. It's positive. And it can be on a schedule. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be well, just do it because you felt like doing it kind of surprise. It's a strategy. It's a technique. It's I guess for a better term, a tactic. It's a discipline, where you do the right thing at the right time with the right attitude and spirit. Another example that I can remember is one of my friends. They had this enormous Christmas design that they put on, one of their walls at this time, each year, and they'd hang these personal stockings on the wall. And then other friends and family members that were visiting, they had a chance to write nice anonymous notes. And I can remember my friend would say, I'm going to write this note and place it in my sister's stocking here that's hanging on the wall, and she's going to find it. It's going to be a surprise. I know she's going to find it, and I'm going to place it here, and I'm not going to tell her, and she's not going to know where it came from, and she's going to be pleasantly surprised. And the truth is he got a lot out of that too. A few years ago, I can remember I wrote out 12, I bought 12 blank cards, and I placed them on a schedule where I'm going to try to do something very nice for my wife. She likes to receive things in a written form. So every third Friday of each month, I'd write a real nice note, and I'd hide it somewhere, and she would find it. And I can't help but think, why that stopped, or why I still don't do that kind of stuff for my staff or my own, student body. Write them a thank you letter. Thanks for being involved with the Pittman Jiu-Jitsu Academy. I'm thankful to be a part of this unique opportunity to serve with you and serve the people in our community, and it's fun working with you. Chief Peterson and Chief Choate and Ms. Ortiz and Mr. Holliday and Mr. Crawford, Mr. Arguella, and of course, all the wonderful families that support our good work. So I guess I'm just saying the element of surprise can be used as a strategy to keep people connected to you and you connected to them in a heartfelt way. In our staff appreciation days that we do here at the academy, we do fun things where each instructor gets to write out what it's like to work with the other instructor day in and day out, and they keep it all positive. It's anonymous, and then everyone receives these real nice examples of what people truly think about them, and it's wonderful. So, I'll surprise people too, in my mind, with the kind of conversations that I'm willing to have with people that I'm in alliances with. To me, that's one of my best gifts. When you speak to me, there's no topic, there's no emotion that you can speak about with me that's unsafe. So, in my mind, the powerful way to respect is to take a personal responsibility to listen to people, whatever's going on in their life, without judging. That's a huge part of respect, whether it's a staff member, my wife, a child, a parent. My strategy is when I listen, I do my very best to listen without judging. So that's respect, Now, of course, I'll discern what's hogwash and not, but I still listen for what they have to say and the emotion behind it. And I just do my very best from that to shape and produce something good. Again, in my mind, that's a pleasant surprise. It's not negative. So for the most part, the element of surprise is helping people stay connected to you, and to stay connected, you stay connected to them as well. I just think I think it's responsible to use this in a masterful way and realize, you know what, this is a strategy that has to be in place. And a surprise could be a pat on the back, a surprise could be a gift card from Starbucks, surprise could be a pleasant conversation. I can remember many years ago, one of the things that I did in the past with my instructors is I'd hire a detailed car guy, a guy who detailed cars. And I can remember, the third Friday of every month, he would come and detail my car, my wife's car, and also my instructor's cars as well. Again, a surprise. What if the next time your spouse came home, you surprised them with a great question? Something like, I would love to hear about what you felt during the course of your day today. And then now you have an opportunity to listen and be compassionate. What a surprise. And just know that if you don't do something different in that arena, things are going to feel the same way. And if they feel yucky, then it's going to feel the same yucky way. And if you want to make an impact in the feeling department, then you do have to do something different in the feeling department. And just know in advance that, it's going to feel a little risky. It's going to require a different feeling question. And when you do that, you're going to get a different feeling response. And when they do that, it's a surprise. It's different. And if you ask them that question and they respond with something that you did that they think is negative, well, don't respond with a lecture. Don't respond with a fix-it plan. Just respond with a heartfelt, I'm sorry, I had no idea. I don't want to hurt you. I want to learn to love you better in the right way. So I just hope you can understand if you were to do all this, can you see the benefit? So in closing, surprise people is, in my mind, using the element of surprise within your day, within your day in and day out strategy for the long-term commitments that you're responsible for, and the acquisition of connection and the acquisition of goals. It's just a wonderful way, in my mind, to deepen the connection that you have with yourself, with people, within minds and hearts, with the people that you've created alliances with. So if you want to add to this key, I'd love to hear. If you have any questions, just come and catch me on the mat. In the meantime, keep the faith, keep working, and God bless.